Shemai! I'm going to take a look at a few ways of powering our effects pedal boards today. So I've done quite a few different videos on effects pedals with ukuleles, including how to build a pedal board, and I sort of very quickly looked at how that was powered. So today I'm going to give you guys a few different options of how to power your pedal boards. So probably the most basic is by putting batteries in your pedals, but of course a lot of the mini pedals these days don't take batteries, and you could of course power up every pedal with an individual cable, but that's going to be quite a mess. So the cheapest and easiest option is this. It's basically a daisy chain of power. All right, so each one of these, if I hold it like that in front there, you can see it's a bit like Christmas tree lights. All right, each one of those will power up a different pedal. Now then, I actually used this one when I first built a pedal board. It's really simple, okay? You plug it in, each one of these pops into the back of the pedal. Hey presto, you're good to go. There are a few little drawbacks with these. First of all, you're quite limited as to how many pedals you can actually power. I think this one is 5. Also as well, you are limited as to the types of pedals, in that these are all 9 volts. So if you've got anything running sort of quite high power, this really isn't going to work. And these can cause interference of sorts and buzzing and things because they're not that well insulated or isolated. All right, so Daisychain of power lead works, cheap, easy, not the best though. So as you can see under this, my main UFX, ukulele effects, there is a power block, and off that power block, that plugs directly in. So you've got one wire that powers the block, and then the block runs wires supposedly isolated onto each pedal. Now, my first big pedal board, which has got all my expensive pedals on, I'm using the same power block that I power this one with. It's a Nordell audio. All right, it's not the most expensive, it's not the best, but it's worked for me so far. What happens is you strap it underneath the pedal board, and in this case, these pedal boards come with sort of hooks, and these come with elastic bits, and it all fits nice and snugly. The advantages of using something like this, or any power block, all right, and there are quite a few of them. They range from fairly cheap, sort of £25–30, up to hundreds. The benefits certainly are one power cable. They often can run different powers. All right, so if you've got a bigger power, a bigger pedal that's going to require more power, there will be different outputs on your power block. I'm not going to pretend I'm an electrical expert. They are advertised, these particular ones, the Nordell, are advertised as isolated outputs. What that actually means, I might be wrong, I don't know. But I haven't noticed any interference or buzzing coming off any of these pedals because of the way it's being powered. And then this little one here, my new BUFX, or bass ukulele effect. Now this is powered slightly differently. You can see there is no power wire going to this one. There's only 5 pedals on here. So I was researching this a little while ago. I wanted this pedal board, my BUFX, to be as portable as possible. It's only small, 5 pedals on there. And I discovered this, which is by Rockboard, okay? And it's by Warwick, because I like Warwick. It's a power LT-XL. All right, and basically We all know what those battery power packs are that you can plug your phone in to charge and things. It's a Pedalboard battery pack. So the difference is you can run an output from this Pedalboard, look, switches on, all right? So there's power going to these pedals even though it's not plugged in anywhere. You can't plug in a normal battery pack because that doesn't have the correct output. But this one does. It is made specifically for powering pedalboards. And if I show you underneath, get it the right way around. Okay. Ooh, look. Nice and neat. I was busy that raining day. All right. But can you see there is actually a little blue light hopefully showing on there. And that means that that is actually switched on at the minute. Okay. So if I switch a pedal on, my light comes on telling me it's on. If I switch the pedal off, it doesn't work. If I, hopefully, my fat fingers reach underneath, press it once, fingers crossed, no power. The battery pack is now switched off. All right, so another way of powering your pedal board. This is great if you've got a little pedal board. All right, I think off the top of my head, it comes with one Daisychain of power leads, which powers 5. You can get more. There are 2 outputs. I'm running off one output at the minute. I haven't noticed any interference, buzzing. It all seems to be working fine, but there is another output. So in theory, you could power this with another 5 pedals. How long it would last for, I don't know. All right, that's maybe another video where I look at this power pack in particular, but it's another option. So we've got, if we think about it now, we've got the Daisychain, the cheapest, easiest way, but not always the best. We've got a normal power block, and as I said, there's loads of those. I'm using the Nordell audio. I don't have any issues with that. And then there's this more portable version, which for me is the Rockboard by Warwick, Power LT-XL, which is like a battery pack made specifically for pedalboards. So hopefully this video has helped if you're looking maybe to build a pedalboard, or you're looking to upgrade your pedalboard, or better ways of powering it. As always, if you've got a comment or question, please feel free, leave it below. Give us a like if you've enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. Thank you for watching.